D3, solo queue, and I'm assuming this is 2s. Alright, so. So this quality is not the best, but it's doable. That was a good challenge. Oh, that was fine. I didn't really see anything wrong there. At least on your half. There was definitely a couple things your teammate did that could have been done better, but. Oh my. Okay, so right here. Tell me before the last turn you C1. Is it really that big of a deal, guys? Oh my, okay. So right here, so you should have either just, okay, so right here you, like, heavily hesitated. So I get that there was a ghost touch, right? So that was really awkward for you. But, like, the problem is that you slowed down, but you didn't turn around. Like, you were just kind of sitting there. You know what I mean? Like, you, like, were going towards the ball, but, like, you weren't gonna hit the ball because you were hitting the brakes. So, like, right here, like, the second he missed that, you should have either decided, okay, I'm going for this ball, or I'm not going for this ball. And so, if you're going for the ball, you need to be going full speed towards that ball, let nothing get in your way. If your teammate gets in your way, you bump him into the ball. And if you're not going for the ball, you need to be turning around and taking, like, a shadow position here, because of how close to the wall it is. So, right here, you didn't really, like, make a mistake, but you should have been more focused on grabbing boost here. And, like, by boost, I mean the 12 pads. Because, like, right here, you, like, picked up this 12, and then you kind of, like, half went for the ball, but your teammate is, like, on top of it, pretty much. So, like, because, like, you really didn't need to go on this wall. Because if you would have just, like, did, like, a 180 right here, and went for, like, the circle of boosts that, like, are, like, right next to you right now, you would have more boost. I don't know if, is this your video lagging or is this me lagging? I can't tell. That's definitely the video. Okay, that's weird. Or it's me. It's the video lagging for me, not you lagging in the video. That was interesting. But yeah, I would have, like, went for that, the boost pad to your right now, and then I would have also picked up the one in the middle, which you did. Then I would have gone to the other one in the middle, and then probably gone to the side. But instead you opt for the 100 boost, which is, it's okay. But now, because you picked up the 100 boost, you have to make this, like, weird hit to the side, which it works out, but, like, ideally, you don't really want to have that happen. You want to be putting it towards the net. Like, it was just kind of weird that this ended up working out. But, like, ideally you should be, like, behind the ball, hitting it towards their backboard or their net. But because you went for that full boost, you had to make this weird touch, which 9 times out of 10, I promise you, will not result in anything. And if it does, it's mostly out of luck. I'm gonna be honest, like, unless you're just absolutely cracked, I just don't know. But, so right here, he should be beating you to this ball. Like, it's kind of bad that he missed that for his team, and then you end up getting that second touch, and his teammate was, like, on top of him too, so that just ends in a goal. I like YouTube videos more than actual replays, because I can see what the toxicity that comes out of solo queuing. So right here, you pick. Okay, so you didn't pick up that boost. That's good. That's good that you didn't pick up that boost. I would say here you overcommitted a little bit, way too much. And also, you took way too wide of a path. Like, I get back post, back post, back post, but you should be coming into the back post at about where that pad is. You know, I need to download, like, a marker thing so I can, like, draw arrows and shit. But you can see my cursor, so it's not that big of a deal. But, like, here, you shouldn't really be in the middle of this net. Hold on, I need to watch this without lag, if that's a thing. But you're way too close to what's happening right now. Because if a pinch were to happen right now, it would be flying past you. Like, I get your teammates on it. Like, you're doing... Yeah, your teammates on it. Like, you don't really need to be there. You don't need to be, like, that far forward. Like, horizontally, you weren't in the worst spot. But you were way too far forward. And you were also facing in a really bad direction. Because if that would have went wrong, you would have been in a bad spot for the save. So right here, you need to be... right here, after your teammate doesn't hit it, you need to be gunning it for this ball. Because they just bumped each other, so they're not really going to be recovered. And you definitely could have made it and 50'd this guy. But you do the shadow, which is also respectable. I personally would have just monkeyed for that ball. That was a good save right here. So you go for the shadow, which is fine. Because it ends up giving you pretty much 2 saves. But you end up missing that. That's crucial, actually. So if you're going to do a shadow, you got to make sure you save it. I guess sometimes you whiff, but like, that's not really a good thing to miss. Because if he did get that double tap, you're done. That's a goal. So, just make sure that you're working on your shadow saves too. That was a good recovery though. Good 50. They really just passed it right to you. Okay, so right here, you're doing that thing that a lot of people do. I still kind of do it, where you're relying on 100s way too much. You need to be following a boost, the 12 pads. So right here, you grab that 12, you dodge forward, or like left diagonal, and then you go like towards that boost over here. Because you don't need this full boost, it's not necessary. You need the ball. You need to make sure you have control of the ball, because you have enough boost to supply you with 50s, but instead you just completely ditch the ball. And because you ditched the ball, you basically just gave them possession. And then you just go back for this 100 boost. Okay. So this play was very awkward, I'm not gonna lie. So that flick, your teammate really should have let you go here, but obviously you're solo queuing, so you can't really control that. But so you went up the wall here, which I don't think was the right decision. Mainly because your teammate also went up the wall. Like, look at where he hits it. Like, he lands on the wall. You have no reason to be on the wall with him, because at that point, even if the ball goes straight up the wall, he's gonna get it before you, and then you're just gonna double commit. And so, because you went on the wall, I would have stayed on the ground. I would have just turned, like, I would have been going the other direction here. Because then you could have potentially followed it. It just depends on how fast you would have turned there. It's just a reading thing, but again, you missed the save. I think your problem was that... Okay, I see the problem. So, right here, you turn. You see that turn? That turn was bad because... Oh, sorry, it was that turn. This turn, you're wanting to go, but he's already up, so there's no reason for you to turn for this ball. So now, you're way too far to your right to, like, be able to get a good save. And so because of that, you have to, like... You're, like, under the ball when he shoots it. Like, you see what I mean? Because if you would have been just like a little bit further to the left when you went up for that save, you would have been a lot easier for you to get it. But like the ball's like almost behind you, and that's why it's so hard to hit that. Man, YouTube is really trash today. So yeah, you always want to take the wide approach on your shadow saves. So right here, you went for the 100 again, which wasn't necessarily the wrong thing to do, but it was risky. You're putting a lot of trust in your teammate to make sure that that doesn't go in the net, and you're wasting a lot of time by going for that boost. So like basically, you're putting a lot of trust in this person you've never met and just bumped you and is shown to be pretty ball chasey. So I just think that's an interesting decision. Personally, the other option here is to grab that boost pad, this boost pad, and then go across that arc and go back as fast as possible. Even maybe go back the other way so you can go back post. But you go for the boost, which I guess also makes sense because your teammate did have a lot of time here. But here, this is bad. You rotated ball side. Like, if that was me on the other side of that ball, I would be terrified about what you're trying to do, because I don't know if you're gonna like 50 me. I don't know like where you're going. Essentially, when you're here, you're literally just an obstacle for the person with the ball has to get past. And I see this a lot, even in Grand Champ, believe it or not. But rotating ball side, it's one of the worst things you can do, because you always confuse your team. Like, no matter what, you will confuse your team. So right here, you need to be cutting across mid and going this way, so you can go into the back post. And then if you don't need to go to the back post because your teammate wins the 50s, that's great. That's beautiful, because then you can just turn around and wait for a pass. But like, look how close to the ball you got there. Like, what if you would have hit that into you? Like, well, I guess you could have tried to recover, but like, you don't want to mess up your teammate, because then they won't trust you. That was a weird wave dash. That's probably one of the only times that I think it's okay to grab the other people's boost, because you literally landed like 3 feet away from it. And there wasn't like a 12 boost in your easy path without going out of your way, so that was fine. Also, it steals their boost, so that's also good. So here, I noticed you turned left like a little early. Like, I guess you thought your teammate was winning this 50. Like, look, you turned left, but the ball goes right. I would have not done that. Like, you need to be mega patient in twos. Twos is a lot of patience as well, because like all the players are on the left side of the ball first of all, so there's not really a reason that the ball would go left. And if it does, it's probably a pinch, and then you won't be able to do anything because you're not going to get there fast enough. But either way, like, there's really no way this ball is going to go to the left. Like, it's really only going to go to the right unless somebody whiffs here. So you turning left that prematurely, it's like it's a big misread. I think you're just not watching the players. I think you're watching the ball, and you're like, oh well, obviously the objective is to center it, so it'll go left, but it didn't. And so now you have to make this side challenge, right? So you could be hitting this ball so much harder than you are, but because you turned left prematurely, now you're facing sideways. And you don't want to be hitting the ball with the side of your car, because if that guy 50s you, he's going to win that 50, like 9 times out of 10. That was fine. Because honestly, your teammate should have followed that. He was kind of slow, not going to lie. So here you double commit. So here's the thing you need to do. Like, if your teammate jumps for it, he can't see you, and you can see him. So if he jumps, you shouldn't. You're in twos. Double committing on defense is terrible in twos. Like, it's fine in threes, but in twos, it's not that good. Ideally, you still don't want to double commit in threes, but like, it's not as big of a deal. But like in twos, it's basically just triple committing, but obviously there's only 2 of you. So when you see him jump, you should have made, like, you shouldn't have jumped, because you did jump after him. Because you could have totally got that read off the backboard and gotten control of it from there. Because I think one of the problems with 2s is that, like, you ideally want somebody ready for both options. Because, like, either he's gonna save it, or it's gonna hit off the backboard, because that wasn't on. And that's just something that you're gonna have to, like, learn to read if it's on or not. It comes with experience. But, like, so that's not on. So either he's gonna hit it into the corner, or it's gonna bounce out. So because he's jumping, you should be ready for the bounce out, because even if he does hit it in the corner, you're still in, like, a decent position. They go for demo. You go for the goal. And I'm assuming this game goes to OT. Does it? Does it go to OT? I can't see. So what went wrong here? So he got the dribble. You're way too far away from him. You gave him way too much space here. So the thing about dribbling is ideally you want to challenge it early. Like, the earlier the better. Especially if it's, like, bouncing on their car. Because, like, I hate the lag on this. It's so stupid. So, like, right here, he can't do anything with that ball. Like, in that exact moment, if you were challenging him, he could do nothing about you dunking the shit out of him. Specifically because it's off of his car right now. But because you were so far away, you gave him so much time to control it. So now he has complete control of the ball, and all you challenging it is going to do is he's just going to flick. And then your teammate's not back. So, like, so your number 1 goal after this play is to buy your teammate time, because he goes for that. So you want to give time for him to come back, which is why... What'd you even do here? Oh... Yeah, okay, so you turning for this was weird. I think you thought your teammate was gonna hit it, I guess that was a weird, this whole thing was strange. So you thought your teammate was gonna hit it, and so you took the turn. But had you not turned, you would have almost been in a perfect position to challenge that super early, which would have given a lot of time for your teammate to come back. You need ball cam off here. Like, look at what you can see. You can't see any. Like, where is the other team? I don't know. I can't see. I'm looking at the sun. Like, you can't have ball cam on here. I like, maybe flash it on, but don't keep it on. You need to learn how to read, like, the ground circle. Like, you see this circle right here? You need to learn to read that, because you can't keep ball cam on there. It just doesn't. It don't do good. In higher ranks, you're gonna get memed on here. Like, people will be challenging that before it even reaches the ground. So your teammate 50s. That's a banger. I'm never getting console ever again. So here... Ideally, your teammate doesn't go for that, but what are you gonna do? Okay. You need to start boosting earlier here. Hold on. So you started boosting a little too late here. Now you need to be boosting, but you started boosting like it's almost like you didn't know if you wanted to go or not, which is hesitation. Gotta get rid of that. You want to start moving as soon as possible because you need to get to that ball fast. You're way too close to him here. There's not, he's not being challenged, so there's no reason to act like there's a 50 about to happen that you need to follow. So you're like way too close. Yeah, that's you're overcommitted. I get you started lagging, but you were still overcommitting like hardcore. You should have stayed like here. You should have stayed like, you should have turned around and stayed at that post right here. There is no reason for you to be following him. Like, now I would have started creeping up a little bit, but you'd still be super far back, and then whatever that is, that would not have been a problem, because you would have been basically on top of it.